Okay, okay, okay. All righty, here we go.
Good evening, boss
Hello,
lady.
everyone. Good evening. I had to get the link myself. I'm like, wait, where's the link? Okay, I got it.
All right.
How's everybody doing tonight? So
Good.
great nature pictures
Hi.
today.
Yes.
Everybody's
Hi.
still going out into nature.
Yeah.
For that, I was jealous. I'm like, oh, that looks so
Yeah.
nice at the beach. Oh my God.
Look, and see, that's the thing. Oh my gosh, this is so beautiful. And my girlfriend was here a couple years ago before, of course, this
Mhm.
pandemic.
Right.
And she was like, Claudette, do you take advantage of this all the time? And I told her
have
no,
to.
and it really made me think today that I really need to get back to business.
Yes, you live in paradise over there in the Virgin Islands. Like, take that.
It's not so much as so much.
Jealous.
You're so used to it. It's like you're used to it. I understand.
Yeah, but
understand.
no, it's no understanding on my end. I need to get back to business,
So beautiful. It looks so beautiful.
and
Like,
it's so
yeah,
good for us. It's
yeah,
so good for this.
yeah. So I'm glad we're doing this. It's just really. I'm
Cool.
pretty sure
Me
it's helping
too. 'Cause
everybody.
This is. I
Understand.
don't want this to be one day for me. I want it to
Yeah,
be. I want to commit my. It's one thing to do something and have fun, but I
mhm,
want to just really commit myself to this.
yeah. Make it a lifestyle, a part of your lifestyle.
Yeah.
Mhm,
Yeah.
mhm. Yep, lifestyle changes. That's just like, when people go on a diet, like, no, I'm not going on a diet. I'm going on a lifestyle change. A diet is, comes and goes, fad diets. But when you change your whole
We need to change
lifestyle,
the way of
right,
eating.
right, the way you
Good
feed your
stuff.
body, yeah, it's not a diet anymore. It's a lifestyle change.
It's lifestyle change.
Mm-hmm,
Hey
mm-hmm.
everybody.
Hey, Wanda.
Hello. Hi, Wanda.
Hey,
Hey,
Everybody.
how's
Thought
everybody?
about it. Is the Virgin Islands warm all the time?
yeah, I mean, at night it never gets cold, but the breeze is nice.
I want to move.
Okay,
Good
come on,
evening.
girl. I can have me a dream team girl here. What?
Hi, everyone.
Good
Hello.
evening.
Hello,
Hello.
Gloria. Hello.
Hello.
Who else went out in nature that
Hi.
we didn't see their pictures? We saw Miranda's picture. Who else picture we saw? We saw Sarita's.
Danielle, I saw you. You said Danielle look like an Eskimo. It's cold
I
where
know
you are.
it's cold out. I'm in
Right?
New York. I'm in
It's
New
cold here
York.
too,
It's
Danielle.
I
freezing.
know.
Yeah.
Danielle, I wanted
Hey,
to share the sound with you all. I couldn't share the sound with you. That video was really long.
Oh, it was beautiful out there, Miranda.
No, but I wanted you to hear the sounds. The sound was
Oh,
so lovely,
right.
tranquil.
That's like where I was. I even know I said geese, but it was ducks. Like the
It-
ducks was quacking and
yeah, I
You
saw
could hear the
that.
birds, and it was so tranquil. And then you could hear the
right.
chimes and everything. It was lovely, lovely.
Yeah, it's just so amazing
I
how
used to go there 3 days a week, usually 3 days a week.
Okay,
I
nice.
enjoyed all the pictures.
Oh,
Claudette,
I went to the beach, I went to the parks.
right.
It was
Sometimes
lovely.
someone was living vicariously through us at the
I
beach.
know.
Yeah.
Oh, I love you, girl. I love you so much. Seriously.
Oh, Claudette, I wanted to be there where you were. I'm
I think
telling
we
you.
yes.
all,
Lovely.
all wanted
I
to
said I
be
want
where
to put my
Claudette
feet in
was.
the water.
Can't wait.
How far you
Yeah,
stay from the
look,
water?
we got to
Oh,
make sure we work this thing so we can really do what we want to do.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
it's happening. I already see it happening.
Seriously,
It's
it's
already
happening.
happening.
It's
Already
already
happening.
happening.
It sure
Oh,
is.
The now moment. See it already is.
Right, right.
That's
Yeah.
it.
Present.
It's
Mhm.
present. It's now. It's
Yes.
energy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Energy.
I was envisioning myself right there. I said, when you say I want to put my feet in the water, I said, oh
I
man.
know.
I
Yeah.
said, man feels too. I said,
I know. Remember when I said I got, because I haven't been in the water so long that when the water hit my feet, I was like,
Sitting on my chair.
It was beautiful.
oh
It was
my
beautiful.
gosh.
So I'm glad that
I
everybody
thank
did
you
their
all.
homework. Well, almost everybody. And
But I have to let you all know I have to leave early, Danielle. I have to leave. It's by 7:15.
okay.
Another meeting.
All right. Not a problem.
Not much chase.
And who got their meditation in today? And everybody do
I
it?
did
I
twice.
did.
Okay.
I did.
I got
Yeah, I
it in, my
did.
daughter went.
Every morning,
Every,
yes.
Okay,
yes.
great, great.
Not every, but I try to be consistent. But sometimes I'm not as consistent.
Okay.
I
That's
had my
good.
daughter to do it with me today.
Beautiful.
That's good.
That's wonderful.
I'm learning, so I did it when I woke up, and for the first time, I could hear the birds
Mhm.
from my bedroom. It was
Oh,
lovely.
bless. That was
Okay.
beautiful.
Have
That's
y'all ever heard
awesome.
of Soul 528 on YouTube?
What's that?
It's called SOL 528. It's like an energy thing where you can put onto your TV and it gives you like it just changes the energy in your home.
What? No, I haven't tried that, but I have other.
Yeah, I
other
got it from Melania Van Zan. I'm this class with her.
oh
And
yeah,
she told
a lot of hers. Oh, thank you. I use a lot of her too.
Is it
yeah, so
called?
if you go to SOL 528 on YouTube, it's just an energy channel where it just plays different kind of water, rush,
Oh, see, I do that in. But I do that on
and
YouTube
really
also
good.
through meditation. When I do my meditations, I use a lot of the meditation programs on YouTube as well,
That's awesome.
and
That's
also
a
on
good
Wednesday.
idea.
On Wednesday, we have live meditation via the internet with my satellite with my church.
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
Okay.
That's
Beautiful.
good.
Beautiful.
Thank you. I like this. She said SOL. Rihanna.
It's SOL 528, and it's like a frequency.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would show my picture, but I look ridiculous. I'm in bed all day today, so
It's okay. It's okay.
That's all right.
yes.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank
So who did part 3 of their homework? Today I shall judge nothing that occurs. We
I
will-
wanted to show my picture.
I did that,
I
but I
started
got
that
caught.
last week, Danielle. I put it up on my dresser, on my mirror, and I was going to
Oh.
show y'all the picture. Today,
Oh,
I would not judge
yeah,
anything.
yeah,
This
you
was
should-
last week I started.
You
And look,
should.
I found myself, since I said it, I found myself noticing when I was judging
Yeah.
more and more.
Good. Yep.
Recognizing it.
Yes. Now we becoming aware, that awareness. Yes.
Yes. And we do it so, I notice with myself, so frequent, very frequent, more than, So I'm grateful that I'm more aware, practicing it more.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's what it is, being mindful. And we have to read, even though I've been trying these and reading this book over and over, I still have to learn to apply it more and more and practice, make it a constant practice.
Of course. Mm-hmm. Anybody
I
else?
caught myself today. My father was talking about this lady, about how she was cussing and carrying on next in the neighborhood. And I found myself starting to agree and get into the gossip with him. And then I was like, you know what? You gotta pray for her.
Right.
So it does sharpen your awareness.
Absolutely, it does.
Yeah.
All right. Anybody got anything they want to add from yesterday's reading and discussion? Anything afterthought? Maybe after we were done, you said, "Oh, I thought of something," but you didn't get a chance to say it yesterday. Anything before we go into chapter 2?
How y'all doing?
Hi.
Hi, my pal.
All right. Yeah, I thought about something. I was like, I wonder if I explained it right. But when I was talking about my friend Casimir and how I used to go to his house and
Meditate.
his wife, I used to ask, was he in? And she would say, yes, he's in, but he can't come out. I don't remember whether I explained it. Like he used to go inside of himself. Okay, Okay, I was just wondering whether I put that out there like that.
Well, that's the way I
Okay.
received it. That's the way I received it.
Okay, yeah, because that's what he used to go inside of himself, and he couldn't come out right now. But once he come out, then you can come in,
right,
into his space or whatnot, and we can talk. Yeah, so that's all I was wondering. I was thinking about that all day. I said, I wonder if I said that right.
You
so,
did.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. And thank you for sharing your beautiful nature pictures today.
Oh, yes.
You go all over the place. Deer.
Hey.
Deer.
Yeah. Hey, I caught what I could catch at my workplace. I was in one place today. I never went anywhere, so I was just at my workplace. So I just did what I could with what I got.
It was perfect.
Thank you. I like your
That was
ducks,
awesome.
your geese, your ducks.
Yeet.
I was scared for you at one time. They was right loud.
They were loud, right? There was swans out there.
You were close.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was hoping they weren't gonna fly over your head and
Daniel was having a jolly old time.
There she was.
Yeah.
My favorite park. That's the park that I frequent a lot. Yeah. So
Yeah.
Right,
it
okay.
was out there. Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
that was in Brooklyn, right? That's Manhattan.
Queens.
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 Okay.
That's why.
Yeah.
I'll be in Brooklyn next month.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm in Queens.
I just want to say I feel like I'll be torn between two lovers when I have to go to Bible class in church and leave the group.
Yeah.
No,
Not two lovers.
Don't be torn. Don't be torn.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Don't be torn. You're okay.
I'm okay. I'll be hurt.
Yeah.
That's the reality.
It's real. It's good. I love it.
A reality check.
Who would have thought that the pandemic would bring this situation together here, right?
Exactly. Exactly.
All chaos brings stuff together.
Yeah. That's for sure.
I'm
All
sorry,
chaos
what?
brings stuff. All chaos brings things together. You gotta have darkness before you can have light.
It's
Right.
true.
That's what the Bible said. The Bible said
It's
darkness
true.
was upon the face of the deep. And then God said, let there be light. So it got to be some darkness first. Okay, never
In
mind.
order to see the light, yeah.
You're right. You're
From
right.
the darkness.
It's the only way you can.
Right.
That's right.
Yep. Absolutely.
The heartbeat got to be ups and downs.
Mhm.
The life.
And ins and outs. The good,
Right.
the bad, and the ugly.
As long as it's not
Because
flat.
no ups and downs is flatline.
Yeah, that's the ugly right there. That flat
Yeah.
line is ugly.
You don't.
We don't want flatline. Like we got.
That's
no
right.
flat
No
line.
ups and downs.
That's why I say as long
Give me
as
a up and give me a down any day, but no flat line.
That's right.
Exactly.
Like nothing going on.
Right.
Nothing going on.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking about that today. It was a thought that came across my head. It was something my brother used to preach. He used to talk about how a dead man don't feel nothing, and we need to die to our flesh daily. And a dead man don't feel anything. You can slap a dead man dead in the face, and he won't do nothing because he has no feeling.
Right.
But our flesh, the way it's alive right now, it feels everything. It wants, it just wants and it wants. So that was I was thinking about that today. I did have one more thing to say that I didn't say yesterday. My niece, actually, with that red clay, that was actually across the street from my niece's house. Well, across the road. It wasn't no street. That was right across the street from right across the road from my niece Katie's house, where we used to get that red clay from.
Oh, okay. Oh. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I'll go down there and dig up some and sell it to y'all if y'all want it. You know what I mean? It's a little different now because they start spraying all them chemicals and stuff. So it's a little different than it was in the old days.
Right.
But I give you a discount.
Because of the chemicals, they give us a discount.
Yeah, I give you a discount, like $9.99. That's it for about a whole truckload.
Does that include shipping?
I'll bring it to you. Depends on where you live. You know, but either
you're
way,
probably gonna charge me an arm and leg living in the Virgin Islands.
No, it won't be no body parts. Won't be no body parts. It'll still be $9.99. I promise you.
To the Virgin Islands?
What she say?
To the Virgin Islands?
$9.99. I promise you.
To the Virgin Islands.
Claudette, I'll drop it off for you.
All right, sweetie, I can't wait.
All the way.
You coming tomorrow?
Yeah, you just wait on it. No, just wait on it.
Okay.
Sounds like a plan. All right, let's get to chapter 2.
Yeah, let's
we'll
get
make
there.
arrangements for the drop off of the red shirt later. Anybody want to read? So whoever's going to read, they'll read the whole chapter of chapter 2 because it's very short, very short. Anybody want to volunteer to read? It's chapter 2. We'll break up chapter 3.
If I wasn't driving, I would read it, but I'm driving, so.
Okay. Volunteers, please, please.
I volunteer Malaysia. Where's she at? She's on
There
here.
you go. That's what I'm talking about.
I'm driving.
Driving. Okay.
I'll read.
Okay. Who's that? Sharita?
Yes, I'll read
Okay.
it.
Wonderful. Well, just read the whole chapter and just stop before you get to the applying of the laws.
Okay, sounds good. The law of giving. The universe operates through dynamic exchange. Giving and receiving are different aspects of the flow of energy in the universe. And in our willingness to give that which we seek, we keep the abundance of the universe circulating in our lives. The fruit vessel thou impast again and again, and fillest it ever with fresh life. The little flute of a red, I'm sorry, let me I'm turn my light on, sorry. I told you I was in bed, so.
That's
Okay,
right.
sorry.
I thought you were in bed.
Okay, so, the little flute of a reed thou hast carried over hills and dales, and has breath through it, melodies eternally new. Thy infinite gifts come to me only on those very small hands of mine. Ages pass and still have porous, and still there is room to fill. And that's from Rabindranath Tagore Gitanjali. The second spiritual law of success of the law of giving. This law could also be called the law of giving and receiving, because the universe operates through dynamic exchange. Nothing is static. Your body is in a dynamic and constant exchange with the body of the universe. Your mind is dynamically interacting with the mind of the cosmos. Your energy is expression of cosmic energy. The flow of life is nothing other than the harmonious interaction of all elements and forces that structure the field of existence. This harmonious interaction of elements and forces in your life operates at the law of giving. Because your body and your mind and the universe are in constant and dynamic exchange, stopping the circulation of energy is like stopping the flow of blood. Whenever blood stops flowing, it begins to clot, to coagulate, to stagnate. That is why you must give and receive in order to keep wealth and influence, or anything you want in life, circulating in your life. The word influence comes from the root word affluent, affleur, which means to flow to. The word affluence means to float in an abundance. Money is really a symbol of the life energy we exchange and the life energy we use as a result of the service we provide to the universe. Another word for money is currency, which also reflects the flowing nature of energy. The word currency comes from the Latin word career, which means to run or to flow. Therefore, if we stop the circulation of money, if our only intention is to hold onto our money and hoard it, since it is life energy, we will stop its circulation back into our lives as well. In order to keep that energy coming to us, we have to keep the energy circulating. Like a river, money must keep flowing, otherwise it begins to stagnate, to clog, to suffocate, and to strangle its very own life force. Circulation keeps it alive and vital. Every relationship is one of give and take. Giving engenders receiving, and receiving engenders giving. What goes up must come down. What goes out must come back. In reality, receiving is the same thing as giving, because giving and receiving are different aspects of the flow of energy in the universe. And if you stop the flow of either, you interfere with nature's intelligence. In every seed is the promise of thousands of forests. But the seeds must not be hoarded. It must give its intelligence to the fertile ground. Through its giving, its unseen energy flows into material manifestation. The more you give, the more you will receive, because you will keep the abundance of the universe. Circulating in your life. In fact, anything that is of value in life only multiples when it is given. That which doesn't apply through giving is neither worth giving nor worth receiving. If through the act of giving you feel you have lost something, then the gift is not truly given and will not cause increase. If you give grudgingly, there is no energy behind that giving. Danielle tells us that all the time. Yes. So it is the intention behind your giving and receiving that is the most important thing. The intention should always be to create happiness for the giver and receiver, because happiness is life supporting and life sustaining, and therefore generates increase. The return is directly proportional to the giving when it is unconditional and from the heart. That is why the act of giving has to be joyful. The frame of mind has to be one in which you feel joy in the every act of giving. Then the energy behind the giving increases many times over. Practicing the law is actually very simple. If you want joy, give joy to others. If you want love, learn to give love. If you want attention and appreciation, learn to give attention and appreciation. If you want material influence, help others to become materially influent. In fact, the easy way to get what you want is to help others get what they want. This principle works equally for individuals, corporations, societies, and nations. If you want to be blessed with all the good things in life, learn to silently bless everyone with all the good things in life. Even the thought of giving, the thought of blessing, or a simple prayer has the power to affect others. This is because our body, reduced its essential state, is a localized bundle of energy and information in a universe of energy and information. We are localized bundles of consciousness in a conscious universe. The word consciousness implies more than just energy and information. It implies energy and information which is alive as thought. Therefore, we are bundles of thought in a thinking universe, and thought has the power to transform. Life is the eternal dance of consciousness that express itself as a dynamic exchange of impulses, of intelligence between microcosm and microcosm between the human body and the universal body, between the human mind and the cosmic mind. When you learn to give that which you seek, you activate and choreograph the dance with an exquisite, energetic, and vital movement that constitutes the eternal throb of life. The best way to put the law of giving into operation to start the whole process of circulation is to make a decision that anytime you come into contact with anyone, you will give them something. It doesn't have to be in the form of material things. It could be a flower, a compliment, or a prayer. In fact, the most powerful forms of giving are non-material. The gifts of caring, attention, affection, appreciation, and love are some of the most precious gifts you can give, and they don't cost you anything. When you meet someone, you can silently send them a blessing, wishing them happiness, joy, and laughter. This kind of silent giving is very powerful. One of the things I was taught as a child, and which I taught my children also, is never to go to anyone's house without bringing something. Never visit anyone without bringing them a gift. You may say, how can I give others when at the moment I don't have enough myself? You can bring a flower. One flower, you can bring a note or a card which says something about your feelings for the person you're visiting. You can bring a compliment. You can bring a prayer. Make a decision to give wherever you go, to whomever you see. As long as you're giving, you will be receiving. The more you give, the more confidence you will gain in the miraculous effects of this law. And as you receive more, your ability to give more will also increase. One true nature is one affluence and abundance. We are naturally affluent because nature supports every need and desire. We lack nothing because our essential nature is one of pure potentiality and infinite possibilities. Therefore, you must know that you are already inherently fluent, no matter how much or how little money you have, because the source of all wealth is a field of pure potentiality. It is consciousness that knows how to fulfill every need, including joy, love, laughter, peace, harmony, and knowledge. If you seek these things first, not only for yourself, but for others, all else will come to you spontaneously.
All righty. Thank you, Sharita.
Yes.
Okay. The law of giving.
Wow. It's amazing.
Mhm. Giving, right? Give and you shall receive. We all heard that. We've read it many times. We've heard it many times, right?
Yes.
It's the law. It's the law of nature. It's what you give, you receive. And he really talks, a lot about it, right? In different ways. Anybody got anything to comment about with this, what Sharita just read?
I want to comment on the part about always give. Like, say, for instance, how we have a habit of like giving birthday cards, Christmas card, or any type of card there is. My pastor taught us you never give an empty card. No matter if you put $1, $2, $5, you always give something in that card. So that's a habit that I have anytime I'm giving someone a card, because 9% of the time they're going to throw the card away anyway. But they'll think twice and say, oh, she sent me $5, sent me lunch money or whatever. So I never give an empty card. So if any of y'all ever receive a card from me, it will have something in it.
All right, I can't wait to get a card from Wanda. My birthday is just get ready to say the same.
$9.99. I want $9.99.
It will
My
be
birthday just passed 2 weeks ago.
But that's great.
Happy birthday.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you for sharing that, Wanda. Yeah, that's important. You never know when you give just little things. Those little things count. Like what I do with my children, whatever how old they are. Let's say they turn 9, they'll get $9 in the card. I'm gonna have to cut it off at some point, but yeah. So that's like 30 years old. You're not getting $30, but so yeah, that's something that I've done with my children. Give them $1 for each year that they're here on this earth. So that's something to think about. I never thought about. I mean, I've never given an empty card, but I've never thought of why. I never thought about why.
Right.
So, interesting. Anybody else got anything to add?
Well, I had to ask a question about that. Is she saying the words not considered as giving of yourself, or it has to have the words are not inspiration? Because words means a lot to many too. So is he saying you have to put money? It has to be monetary?
No, not necessarily.
No, absolutely not.
Right. Always right.
Give a flower.
Even a prayer for the other person. Just good vibes, like sending good vibes to someone.
Yes.
Yeah, good vibes.
Well-being,
that's what he talks about.
Especially desiring good health for someone.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like,
or a flower.
Or peace.
Only using the writer's statements for the card, that you always insert your own personal statement.
Your own personal.
But personally, I always put some form of monetary donation or gift in my card. That's what I meant. I will not give an empty card.
Yeah, understood.
That's why I asked you that.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I would bring somebody some dirt, some clay dirt is what I would put in the card. And that would be for free. That wouldn't be a charge for that or anything,
That sounds like manure.
No
that sounds like manure, buddy.
No manure.
That's good for vegetables, manure.
Yeah, be free. Everything be free. I like to thank Sharita for reading tonight, because I hate to do this, but I think I had a conversation with her yesterday. She said she had never read before in the group. Am I remembering that correctly?
You were going to call me out. I thought he was going to call me out now, so I said, "Let me."
They did call. Okay, I did call you. But yeah, we thank you for that. That was a gift. Thank you for that.
Thank you.
And what I wanted to share was Pastor Green used to always talk about the highest form of praise to God was to give someone something and not let them know who, not even say who gave it to them. And I think that was talked about in that passage or something we read earlier, because that's a real good thing, not to even let someone know that I was the one that gave that to you, because that's the highest form of praise, because a lot of times we want to let people know that stuff, and I think they say you receive your reward right then and there by telling that, but our rewards are stored up in heaven, so we don't need to tell nobody. We just do it, That's all I want to say.
I have found this very interesting. It has brought up things that we have done in my culture without thinking about it. This thing of when you go to someone's house, you don't go empty-handed.
Yeah.
You can carry absolutely anything, but never show into anyone's property with nothing. It could be fruits, could be a packet of milk, could be anything, but nothing empty-handed. I think that's very interesting, and it reinforces what we've been taught.
Yes.
And I also like the explanation of why you shouldn't give grudgingly. He has really explained it so well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you shouldn't give what?
Grudgingly. You
Oh,
must
yeah,
be
yeah,
you must be happy to give.
Right.
A cheerful giver.
Yeah, then
cheerful
your
giver.
gift will be worth it. If you are not happy, then don't give it.
Mhm.
Well, that's what Danielle says in the group all the time. She wants cheerful givers, like give from your heart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She says it all
Because
the time. I've been saying it for months. Give from your heart. You know.
And I used to call myself a cheerful regifter. That was a description that I called myself, a cheerful regifter. You know, because you just do it. You know, I mean, if you regift to somebody, you're not just giving it to them, you're giving it to yourself also. And that's what it just now said. To give is also to receive. You know, and a lot of times people want to give someone something, and if you turn it down, you're actually hurting that person. Because that person wants to give it to you, and you're kind of hurting their feeling by not taking it.
Well,
So you
I
block
always
their
say, don't
blessing.
block my blessing.
Right.
You know, let me, if there's a blessing for me, don't block it, accept it.
I've heard that. Something
I like
that
where it
stood out
says-
to me. I'm sorry, Danielle.
Oh, no, go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, something that stood out to me on page 31, where it spoke about the word consciousness implies more than just energy and information. It implies energy and information, which is alive as a thought. Therefore, we are bundles of thought in a thinking universe. And thought has the power to transform. So that's telling me that when we're thinking and we have thoughts, we have to be careful of our thoughts and how we dwell on those thoughts, because it can manifest, it could transform. You know, if a person is depressed and going through something such as that, and if they dwell in that long enough, those thoughts can start to transform. And if you're happy and you're joyful, that energy is going to transform. So that's good right there. We have to be mindful of our thoughts, that it has the power to transform. I thought that was good.
Yeah, me too.
You know what, too? I like the part. I like in the when he talked about that money is not the only thing that you can give. That you can give from your heart. So volunteering your gifts and your talents is giving. And then also too,
I don't know.
also it's important too when you give somebody something.
First of all, but we
don't
know
respect. Don't think that you're going to get something. You don't expect something back from that person.
Yeah.
Some people do that, and I see it. It's like it's not. You're going to get something back, but it may be a different person or someone else.
Right.
So it's important when you give something. That's part of giving. For your heart, not expecting something in return. You're just giving to your heart. You're not expecting anything coming back to you from that same person. It'll come later from somebody else or.
Right.
And the other part of that is that when you give something, it's a gift. So that means you're not supposed to expect something back anyway. It's a gift.
Right.
It's giving it to somebody without anything attached to it. It's a gift.
And especially like when they said the gifts of caring, attention, affection, appreciation, and love are some of the most precious gifts you can give. And it don't cost you anything. And that's something that's truly that we can give daily. We never know who needs that gift. We can call it a blessing or a gift, but who needs it? And you never know. But just giving, asking them how they're doing, paying attention to them, listening, to them, being affectionate to them, you know, whichever, but it doesn't cost you anything, but just give, because you don't know who needs it. You know, everybody needs to receive a hug or blessing or good word, or, and like Chantel was just saying, I think the lady before her was saying, you know, your thoughts, be careful what you're thinking, because they're transformed into who you are and what you're believing. But the same things with those thoughts in helping other people. If you think about it all the time, how can I help? How can I give? That's what transforms you into being that cheerful giver, that person who seeks out people that needs that little blessing. And it doesn't, you know, have to be material. It don't have to be monetary. It can just be of yourself.
Self.
What do you think about, he says, give to making fruitful giving? You give to a fruitful giving. What is that? And also silent giving. Power on. I found that very interesting, those two things. What do you think about fruitful giving, especially? I personally think it's giving into causes that are not harmful, causes that will bless someone indeed, and you are happy to give.
One of the things that I always think about, I used to talk about, is the fact that the things that you can't see, those are the real things, like love and joy and peace and happiness and all that. Those are what drive a person. But the material things, they will pass away. You know, they could be burnt up, you know, they could be buried or whatnot. But the true thing that drives people is love and peace and happiness, a cheerful word, you know, a good word or good deed. You can't see a deed. It's a spiritual thing.
That's
The
right.
manifestation is when you actually do it, but it begins with that thought of doing a good deed. And that's the real stuff that won't pass away. Those are the things that run a person. Let me be quiet.
That's
Lord.
fruitful giving.
And
I'm gonna mute
also to make
myself
sure
now.
that you're being you don't have to be a boastful giver. When you give it from your heart and keep it alone and say, I did this, I did that. You know, I'm real conscious of that, to just always make sure that when you're giving, that you're doing it from your heart and you're not doing it for show.
I'm gonna give you some dirt. some red clay. It's gonna be clean too.
But you know, I live in Colorado. I have Red Rocks community right down the street. I could probably get a whole bunch of red dirt. Now Red Rocks is full of red dirt, so. But I'm gonna take some of your dirt, because is it free or I gotta pay $9.99?
No, it's free.
Okay, I'm gonna take some.
Whenever I'm back through Colorado.
Okay.
Might be a while because I don't go on the road anymore, but.
I know one of my pastors was talking about one of his neighbors was moving, actually moving, and he was sitting on, I think it was a Sunday or something. He was sitting in the house, and his wife said, "You should go over there and pray with him." He was like, "Nah, I don't want to," but so he was like, "Okay." So he said, "Well, I'm gonna go." He said, "If they're still outside, then I'm gonna pray with them." And then they weren't outside. He said, "Well, I guess it wasn't meant for me to pray with them." So he went back. He went back. He said, "I'm gonna go back over there." So he went back over there. He knocked on the door. The wife came to the door and she said, she's like, "Yes." And she said, "I would like," she said, "I know you guys are moving, you know, but I would like to pray with you." And so she called her husband. He said, "This is such and such. He wants to pray with us." He said, "Come on in." So they came in, and he came in and he started praying with them. And then afterwards, the wife started crying. She said, "No one has ever did this with us before. Never." She said, "I just want to thank you so much. We needed this." And she's like, and it was just, he was talking about, it was amazing that just him going over there and God was feeding him. His wife was leading him to go to pray, and they needed at that right time. So when you have that thought or that moment to do something, it's usually God pushing you to tell you to go do it, to help somebody else. That's going to give them some kind of joy, some kind of peace, whatever. So.
Now, I personally also am a strong believer of what's your motive behind your giving? Because a lot of time, like if you're dating or whatever, sometimes you're like, okay, why? What's your motive? Make sure your motive is strong and your motive is in the right place when you give it to people, because a lot of time that can lead to disappointment. You know, or expectation. If I give this for her, she's gonna do this, or if I give this, he's gonna think this, that, or the other. But no, your motive need to be in the right place when you give it.
That intention
So
behind
true.
your giving.
You know what I meant when I said, be careful.
Anybody else want to add anything? And it does say that here, Wanda. It is the intention behind your giving and receiving that is the most important thing.
Yes.
Yep.
Because I might not want it, depending on why you give it to me.
Right.
You might.
Ain't all gifts good gifts.
Right. That's what I was trying to say when she was looking for it.
All right. Any other comments, thoughts? We're going to chapter 3, and then we'll. With Malaysia. Oh, she's not driving now. She's home. So I guess Malaysia can read.
Okay, so we're at law of karma or cause and effect.
Yes. Karma.
Y'all ready? Okay, chapter 3, the law of karma or cause and effect. Every action generates a force of energy that returns to us in like kind. What we sow is what we reap. And when we choose actions that bring happiness and success to others, the fruit of our karma is happiness and success. Karma is the eternal assertion of human freedom. Our thoughts, our words, and deeds are the threads of the net which we throw around ourselves. Swami Vivekananda. The third spiritual law of success is the law of karma. Karma is both action and the consequence of that action, cause and effect simultaneously, because every action generates a force of energy that returns to us in like kind. There is nothing unfamiliar about the law of karma. Everyone has heard the expression, what you sow is what you reap. Obviously, if we want to create happiness in our lives, we must learn to sow the seeds of happiness. Therefore, karma implies the action of conscious choice making. You and I are essentially infinite choice makers. In every moment of our existence, we are in that field of all possibilities where we have access to an infinity of choices. Some of these choices are made consciously, while others are made unconsciously. But the best way to understand and maximize the use of karmic law is to become consciously aware of the choices we make in every moment. Whether you like it or not, everything that is happening at this moment is a result of the choices you've made in the past. Unfortunately, a lot of us make choices unconsciously, and therefore we don't think they are choices, and yet they are. If I were to insult you, you would most likely make the choice of being offended. If I were to pay you a compliment, you would most likely make the choice of being pleased or flattered. But think about it, it is still a choice. I could offend you and I could insult you, and you could make the choice of not being offended. I could pay you a compliment and you can make the choice of not letting that flatter you either. In other words, most of us, even though we are infinite choice makers, have become bundles of conditioned reflexes that are constantly being triggered by people and circumstances into predictable outcomes of behavior. These conditioned reflexes are like pavilion conditioning. I think I said that.
Pavlovian.
Pavlovian.
Hello. Pavlovian conditioning. Pavlov is famous for soon the dog starts to salivate. I'm saying salivate when you just ring the bell because it has associated one stimulus with the other. Most of us, as a result of conditioning, have repetitious and predictable responses to stimuli in our environment. Our reactions seem to be automatically triggered by people and circumstances we are making at every moment of our existence. We are simply making these choices unconsciously. If you step back for a moment and witness the choices you are making as you make those choices, then in just this act of witnessing, you take the whole process from the unconscious realm into the conscious realm. This procedure of conscious choice making and witnessing is very empowering. When you make any choices, or when you make any choice at all, you can ask yourself two things. First of all, what are the consequences of this choice that I am making? In your heart, you will immediately know what these are. Secondly, will this choice that I'm making now bring happiness to me and to those around me? If the answer is yes, then go ahead with that choice. If the answer is no, if that choice brings distress either to you or to those around you, then don't make that choice. It is as simple as that. There is only one choice out of the infinity of choices available in every second that will create happiness for you as well as for those around you. And when you make that one choice, it will result in a form of behavior that is called spontaneous right action. Spontaneous right action is the right action at the right moment. It is the right response to every situation as it happens. It is the action that nourishes you and everyone else who is influenced by that action. There is a very interesting mechanism that the universe has to help you make spontaneously correct choices. The mechanism has to do with sensations in your body. Your body experiences two kinds of sensation. One is a sensation of comfort, the other is a sensation of discomfort. At the moment you consciously make a choice, pay attention to your body and ask your body, if I make this choice, what happens? If your body sends a message of comfort, that's the right choice. If your body sends a message of discomfort, then it is not the appropriate choice. For some people, the message of comfort and discomfort is in the area of the solar plexus, but for most people, it is in the area of the heart. Consciously put your attention in the heart and ask your heart what to do. Then wait for the response. A physical response in the form of sensation. It may be the faintest level of feeling, but it's there in your body. Only the heart knows the correct answer. Most people think the heart is mushy and sentimental, but it is not. The heart is intuitive, it is holistic, it is contextual, it is relational. It does not have a win-lose orientation. It taps into the cosmic computer, the field of pure potentiality, pure knowledge, and infinite organizing power, and takes everything into account. At times, it may not even seem rational, but the heart has a computing ability that is far more accurate and far more precise than anything within the limits of rational thought. You can use the law of karma to create money and affluence and the flow of all good things to you anytime you want. But first, you must become consciously aware that your future is generated by the choices you are making in every moment of your life. If you do this on a regular basis, then you are making full use of the law of karma. The more you bring your choices into the level of your conscious awareness, the more you will make those choices which are spontaneously correct, both for you and those around you.
Okay, Malaysia, you can stop there. This is like another portion of this chapter.
Okay,
Okay, thank you, thank you.
thank you.
All righty. Anybody got anything to say?
Well, I have a question. Hi, everyone. Marcia, I have a question. I want to put it out there. So we talked yesterday about our true self, and also knowing our true self. Sometimes we have to accept some things about ourselves that we don't like, and that sometimes we may not want to face at that time. So bringing it forward to this, when they talk about the karma, and it talks about the right choice, what if the person's spirit isn't right? What then? Then then if that person makes a choice, if their spirit is already not right, and the choice that they're making is a wrong choice, but they are comfortable with it, so they justify it to themselves that that is a right choice.
But I don't think that
I'm just putting it out there as a question.
Yeah. But I don't think that'll stop the universe from giving them their karma, you know, whether they feel it's the right choice or not. But if, you know, because basically what this book is saying, everything in the universe, you know, it ebbs and flows. So if they're putting out negative energy, just like saying, let's just, for instance, a killer, right? He doesn't have any remorse. He goes around killing people. Right. He doesn't feel it in his heart that this is wrong. He doesn't feel it in his gut that it's wrong. You know, he probably gets happiness from doing it. But he will reap what he sows.
Right.
That'll be his karma. Yeah. Right. So that's how I see it. I understand exactly what you're saying.
Yeah, I see it the same way. And I just thought that I needed to put that out there because it's not always peaches and cream. Right. You know, like I said, there are parts of ourselves that we may not like, but it's still part of ourselves. And, and it's something that we have to acknowledge.
Right. I think this book is talking to those who are trying to become more aware of their better self. So that's why we talk about the meditation, being inside. You're becoming more of your better self, that your higher self. So when you become more of your higher self, you will know more right from wrong. You will get that gut instinct. You will feel, this is not right. I shouldn't be doing it. You know, I think that's who this book is talking to, not the, you know, the person that's low level, low energy, that does what they want to do and has no respect for themselves or anybody else.
See the light.
Right. People who want to become better versions, who want to be like the creator, who, you know, those types of people.
Exactly.
Right. I agree.
You know,
I like that. I like the part here. I like that situation here. Excuse me. What are affirmations? When one of them says, I think one of the affirmations is, I trust myself. That makes me think of, you know, when I'm asking myself, okay, I'm going to make this decision. What decision should I make right now? Right. Now that we're, you know, on that awareness path, I think that falls in line in making good decisions. And now we can say these affirmations and say with belief instead of saying it just for saying it. We believe we make good decisions. So I just wanted to bring that out, that this is really good because I didn't try it exactly. It's not the way that it's in here. But what I did a couple weeks ago, it was something that came up. And I said to myself, should I make this decision, or should I do this, or should I do this other thing? And you know, when I know I made the right decision, is because the outcome was good. You know, also in the Bible, it also talks about if you can avoid confusion, sometimes you have to do something that will prevent that from happening. Because sometimes we can prevent a lot of things from happening just by that decision we make. And we have to trust ourselves. You know, trust ourselves that we're making that good decision, and that good feeling actually comes about. And you know you're making that right decision, especially when you see the outcome of it. That outcome is a good outcome, it's a positive outcome. So I just wanted to share that.
You know, I think too, that was good. I like that. When I think about karma, I think about you know, what the Bible says, reap what you sow. But also too, that everybody, you know, here is you're trying to better yourself and grow. At the same time, I think I think you learn from your mistakes. Because if you do something that you shouldn't have did or you shouldn't have said, it's going to come back to you, and you're going to realize, like, okay, that was a mistake. I shouldn't have said that. And so I think some people that that's not really here right now, who's actually wanting to better themselves, they're gonna learn from their mistakes, because it's gonna come back to them, or they're gonna keep falling down a deadly path. It was a story. Is actually. I listened to this podcast, and it was talked about this guy. He was a racist. He was a racist, and he talked about how he used to go and bomb up churches with, and he did a lot of really evil stuff. And it came back to him. He finally got caught. He ended up going to prison, and God tried to start to reveal, because I think karma, you have to pay for what you did. You have to pay for it. You have to learn what you did, because if you don't pay for it, then you're just going to keep doing the same thing. So he went to prison, and he ended up, God was kind of really little things to him to get closer to him. And he ended up, what happened was, well, to make a long story short, he actually wrote a book. He changed his life, and he gave his life to God. And he actually have a podcast too, but he talks about how he saw things, and a lot of his friends are different, there is different people of different colors. And so he just talks about how going through that experience, how he learned from that, how he learned that the anger and the hatred was nonsense, and how he was lost. And just him going to prison helped him to realize, actually save his life, because he was going to go down a deadly path. So I think that when God is teaching you, when you do something wrong, it's a lesson. So when he brings something bad to come back to, that's going to bring you discomfort, and you're not going to like, is a way for him to teach you, this is not the way. This is wrong. You need to better yourself. You got to find another way. And so I think when I think about that, I think that it's a lesson. And some people don't follow the lesson. Some people don't learn from their mistakes. So
That's true. Well, I want to share this. You want to go ahead?
No, go ahead.
Now, I was going to say, the crazy part about all of that is that there's good, bad, and ugly in everything.
Yeah, what you
Now, there was a story, and I hope I can say it right. It's a Jewish story. And there was this very, 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 very rich man, very rich and powerful man. He was mean, and everybody in the town knew it. And he was also stingy. He wouldn't give a dime to nobody. And every now and then, or once a month, people who was poor in the town, they would have this put on their doorstep. They would have that put on their doorstep. They would have this done. They would have that done. But it was all done in secret. And then one day that man died. And then the people woke up around about the same time every month, and they realized that stuff wasn't on the doorstep no more. So as bad and ugly and mean and stingy as he was, he had a good side, because he was the one that was going around doing all the charity acts. So, there's good, bad, and ugly in everything. And the universe, definitely you will reap what you sow. Whatever you put out, it's going to come back sooner or later, good, bad, or ugly. It might be 10 years from now. It might be 2 days from now. You know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to add that little part to what y'all was talking about.
So there is contrast. Like the battery.
Yep.
Anybody else?
I just want to comment what he just said. You know what? I think in the book he talked about that. I wonder if he was trying to, as a part in there talks about when your karma that you were to put out there, the bad karma. So maybe he was trying to do his good deeds to
balance out his
But the bottom line is that he did it though.
Right. Yeah.
He was as stingy as he was.
To pay his karma, his debt that he did. you know, his bad debt, because I think it says something about paying your debt, how do you pay for your debt you already did. So that made me think
But
of that.
it's just a story. It's just something that you should think about. That's all.
Mm-hmm.
As far as what I was talking about. As far as that man was concerned, I thought it was a good story. As a matter of fact, I was like, that dude did all that stuff. Nobody knew who he was. Then when he died, because the stuff didn't come anymore, then they realized he wasn't as bad as what we thought he was. You know.
Right.
So I think it's kind of like all of us got to like examine ourselves, you know,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
Because we're not perfect. And I think about when somebody say turning a new leaf, you know. So people who did awful things, and they're not only some of our writers, they're pastors, they doing good. So they paid off their debt that they did, the evil did, you know, and they asked God for her, you know, forgiveness, and he forgave them. So now they're doing good instead of bad. So I think about
some give out red dirt and red clay to people, you know. Just saying, you know. And not even charging $9.99. Just give them free.
You crazy, man.
I figure Danielle would like that $9.99.
Right.
$9.99. Oh, I see a 9 right now. Okay.
How about zero? How about zero? That's called giving. Giving.
Right.
Something about that 9 though.
To
You
your
know what I'm
next
saying?
gift, Al.
Yeah, something about that 9 though, you know? Special.
I would like to say, God gave us a choice too. We were born with a choice. You can make a good choice or a bad choice. And so they're like when if we're gonna come to him, we got a choice to come to him, we got a choice to be right, we got a choice to be wrong. So it depends on the choice that you make for your life. Because whatever you do, like they say, you're gonna reap what you sow. It might be 10 years, it might be the next day, but you're gonna get it back. So we just pray that people make good choices.
And the amazing part is you don't even know. But if you're getting something good, it's because you did something good.
Right.
You're doing something, you know, you get something bad. It's something you did bad in your life, and you got to pay for it.
Yeah,
It's
but you know what? That's why when you said earlier that we have to examine ourselves daily, and we will fall short. But thank God for His mercy and His grace.
Oh, for sure, that's automatic. Yeah, that mercy and grace is automatic.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we just thank God for that one.
Right. That's
Remember,
like
one of the greatest mistakes. Excuse me. One of the greatest mistakes we can make is to be afraid of making a mistake.
Exactly.
Oh yes, that is. Because
that's the only way you learn.
Exactly.
That's the only way you learn, by making a mistake.
Make mistakes, yeah.
If you're afraid of doing anything because you may make a mistake, so you don't do anything,
that's that flat
not
line.
living your life.
Yeah, that's fear.
Yeah.
That's like when we was talking about yesterday too, about, you know, your words, using your words, how for example, if somebody, you get mad at somebody in your anger and you say something bad, or you want something bad. My grandma always said, you don't never say nothing about bad nobody, because basically when you say something bad happens to somebody else, it comes back to you. And I can give you an example. My husband, he was going in his rampage, and he wished that I get COVID-19. Well, 2 weeks later, he got COVID-19. So, and I always told him, I say, you have to watch what you say. I say, because when you sit here, I say, I don't know. I say, all the stuff you did to me, I always wish you well. And I always pray for him all the time. I wish him well. And he wished that I get COVID-19, and he ended up getting it. And so I said, what did I tell you about your words? You have power. I said, when you trying to speak death or somebody else, you actually speaking to yourself.
Yeah.
Words become actions.
Words cast spells.
Yeah.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
Action become habits. Is that the poem that say, I don't know to say if it's a poem, but it say, you know, your word become actions and your actions become habits. The habits become character, you know.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And character.
Yeah, and the Bible says.
Hi, Phyllis.
Hi, I'm sorry.
Hi,
And
Phyllis.
the Bible says that life and death are in the power of the tongue.
That's right.
So we have to be careful with our words.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Miss Lorraine, was that you talking a second ago?
Yes.
I thought I heard your voice. Yeah, you're doing good.
You know I've been wanting to say something, but
I know you have, and I'm proud. Yep.
You caught my voice.
Ow, what
I
you
did
over
catch
there
your
eating?
voice.
Red dirt?
I caught your voice and I caught Phyllis's voice
And
too.
another thing, too, you're gonna have contrast. You gotta have good and evil, and this is how we grow, because everything smooth as butter. You know, and you look at everything through a glass one, it's just not gonna be like that. That's why we come to Him, and the more we dissipate of ourselves, He becomes within us.
Mm-hmm. It comes to the surface, doesn't it?
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Because you can't have up without knowing a down.
Down, that's true.
Right. You can't have an in without an out. Out wouldn't even exist if you didn't have an in. So opposites are what they are.
Okay.
You got it?
That's good.
Like tall, short, up, down.
Million,
like a battery. The opposite, you got, you know how the positive and the negative, you know, with the battery. It's a lot. It's a lot.
But even with that, you got to still have those things that's in between. You got to have those grays. You have to. You have to. That's what life is. It consists of positive and negative and or good, bad, and ugly.
That's what I'm saying.
Gray area.
No.
Chinese say the yin and the yang.
That's right.
Exactly.
That's why we make us grow and see Him.
I'm having flashbacks. As a kid, what's in this book? My mother used to always say, you reap what you sow. If you're not giving from your heart, don't give, because God's not going to bless you. And
She must have read this book, huh? Your mother must have wrote this book.
She wrote the book.
She wrote the book.
I'm saying, wow, everything Mama used to always say is
Those
in this
things
book.
are just common sense.
That's why you say, Mama said, Mama said, Mama said. Mama said this, and Mama's always right.
Yeah, that's the truth, Al.
Yeah, Mama is always right.
Yep.
Because Mama have lived and learned.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And was passing on the wisdom.
I know my grandmother used to say, if you can't say nothing nice, don't say nothing at all.
Don't say nothing at all. Yep. I think we all grew up under that.
Yeah. Sometimes I gotta say something though. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's just like they say, you know, if they slap you on one side, turn the other cheek to them too. It depends on who you letting slap your cheek. Depends on who you let slap your cheek, because somebody will take your head off. And if you keep letting them slap your cheek, you won't have no cheek left. So you got to be careful about that one.
And you
all
very serious in what I'm saying too.
Hey, that wasn't the rule in Brooklyn, bro.
Brooklyn.
Nah, in Brooklyn, we didn't have that rule.
Good.
Nobody wasn't slapping your cheek, huh?
Yeah, you smack me. I'm coming back at you. Mike come and slap me.
But you coming back in love, though, Zachary. You coming back in love.
Yeah.
Not in Brooklyn.
Yeah, you're right. Now,
I don't know what
I'm talking about then. I ain't saying now.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah,
I ain't talking about now. I'm talking about then.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
As a kid, we didn't know that wasn't the rule.
Yeah.
Now it is. You avoid that, you know, now.
That's what they call politically correct.
At the time.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Anybody want to read the last? Just another page and a half. I hear my voice going. Echoing here. I want to read the last page and a half.
I can read it.
Okay, Sarita. So we're on page, I don't know if yours has 45. at the top. It says, what about past karma? And how is it influencing you now?
Yes. Okay. What about past karma and how is it influencing you now? There are 3 things you can do about past karma. One is to pay your karmic debts. Most people choose to do that unconsciously, of course. This may be a choice you make also. Sometimes there's a lot of suffering involved in the payment of those debts, but the law of karma says no debt in the universe ever goes unpaid. There is a perfect accounting system in the universe, and everything is a constant to and fro exchange of energy. The second thing you can do is to transmute or transform your karma to a more desirable experience. This is a very interesting process in which you ask yourself, as you're paying your karmic debt, what can I learn from this experience? Why is this happening? And what is the message that the universe is giving to me? How can I make this experience useful to my fellow human beings? By doing this, you look for the seed of opportunity and then tie that seed of opportunity with your dharma, with your purpose in life, which we'll talk about in the 7th spiritual law of success. This allows you to transmute the karma to a new expression. For example, if you break your leg while playing sports, you might ask, what can I learn from this experience? What is the message that the universe is giving me? Perhaps the message is that you need to slow down and be more careful or attentive to your body the next time. And if your dharma is to teach others what you know, then by asking, how can I make this experience useful to my fellow human beings? You may decide to share what you learned by writing a book about playing sports safely, or you may design a special shoe or leg support that prevents the kind of injury you experienced. This way, while paying your karmic debt, you will have also converted the adversity into a benefit that may bring you wealth and fulfillment. This is the transmutation of your karma into a positive experience. You haven't really gotten rid of your karma, but you are able to take a karmic episode and create a new and positive karma out of it. The third way to deal with karma is to transcend it. To transcend karma is to become independent of it. The way to transcend karma is to keep experiencing the gap, the self, the spirit. It's like washing a dirty piece of cloth in a stream of water. Every time you wash it, you take away a few stains. You keep washing it again and again, and each time it gets a little cleaner. You wash or transcend the seeds of your karma by going into the gap and coming out again. This, of course, is done through the practice of meditation. All actions are karmic episodes. Drinking a cup of coffee is a karmic episode. That action generates memory, and memory has the ability or the potentiality to generate desire, and desires generates action again. The operational software of your soul is karma, memory, and desire. Your soul is a bundle of consciousness that has the seeds of karma, memory, and desire. By becoming conscious of these seeds of manifestation, you become a conscious generator of reality. By becoming a conscious choice maker, you begin to generate actions that are evolutionary for you and for those that are around you. And that's all you need to do. As long as karma is evolutionary for both the self and everyone affected by the self, then the fruit of karma will be happiness and success. You want me to finish or?
No, that's it. Because that's a homework. Okay. Thank you, Sarita. Thank you. Okay, so any thoughts about what he says here?
To me, that goes back to the Pavlo when we talk about conditioning ourselves. Because just like the dogs, we choose how we react to things. And normally we react to things the same way over and over. So to me, it was like he was talking about when he talked about washing and getting the stains out little by little, you're kind of reconditioning yourself to react differently, to come up with a different outcome each time that you do something, because to do the same thing over and over is insanity. And a lot of times we do that and we think we're doing something different and we're really not. We are expecting a different outcome. And it's always the same because we always give the same. So to me, that's really deep to me, and especially in my life. And being married is something else. And so, like, Joseph was out of town. He just came back, and I'm like, Lord, we had like some little systems going, me and these kids. Now he back, so I'm like, okay, how am I going to choose to react to what's going on in this? Am I going to react the same way and have the same outcome, or I'm going to change the way I react so things can turn out differently the next time?
Right. And that's always a choice, right? To react differently to the similar situation. Like, okay, this is the situation again. How I'm going to react to it this time around,
But you know what, Danielle? It's a conscious thought. That's a conscious effort, because we have to be aware of how we're reacting to that scenario, because otherwise we end up with that same outcome until it clicks.
Right.
Somebody can tell you that, but until it clicks for you, it's gonna always be the same outcome until you sit and be like, okay, it's coming. Let me do something different right now, because I already know if I do this or say this, it's gonna be an argument.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's good if at least one party is conscious. The other one may not be conscious. Somebody,
exactly.
Yeah, I get it. Believe me, I was married. I know. I know. I got you. I totally understand what you're saying.
I still think it's amazing how these books, they seem to just keep coming back to each other, because even what Sarita was saying is, with those bundles of reactions or whatnot, those are agreements that we have been conditioned to come into.
Right.
So we just agreeing and we just come into the reaction of it. So we have to disagree now and take some of that stuff away. Same thing. It goes right back to the last book we read.
Yeah. Yeah, it all ties in. Yeah, but your reactions is awareness. It goes back to that awareness factor too. Aware of how we react, what we say, our words, everything. Yeah.
Stop and consider.
Right. I just thought it was interesting that he said, drinking a cup of coffee is a karmic reaction.
That's
right.
good.
Yeah.
All connected.
Right.
All connected.
What we have to be aware of, we have to realize that it's all connected.
Yep.
Some of this we have to disconnect from.
Right. Yeah.
That matrix factor again.
Like habits.
Right. Habits. Right.
Yeah.
A lot of things that we do. Yeah, a lot of things that we do are habits, and we don't even realize that they're habits. Right? Habits
become your destiny.
Here's the test. God is good.
We're not going to say it out.
That's what they want.
With or without you.
We heard the morning motivational call. We know.
Okay, just the test.
Just the test, right?
With or without you. He's good.
I don't see it.
Yeah.
I hear you.
That's funny.
But how interesting is it that he said about, you what is it, breaking your leg when you're playing a sport? So to kind of like balance out that, to pay your karmic debt, so to speak, you can make a shoe that will, prevent you from breaking your legs. How do you learn from basically? Can you learn from the experience and help others at the same time?
Right.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, it's like, how can you learn? Okay, what am I learning from this? So I guess, as we go through life, we have to, the things that happen to us, everything happens for us for one reason or another. We have to say, how do we learn? What am I learning from this? I guess that comes with he says, with your meditation, right? When you sit down in that silence for a half hour or hour, however long you're going to do it, those answers will come to you. What am I learning from this? And how can I help others? And that goes back to how powerful, right? With these powerful beings, how can we be so powerful and literally help to change other people's lives from our own experiences?
Absolutely. And I want to add that I think that it's important that we do have to ask ourselves questions like that at different periods of time, because otherwise, because I can remember when I would get upset over something happening, and just the energy alone from being upset, that is draining. It's not useful or helpful or productive in any way. So I don't go there anymore. So now I flip it. Okay, Lord, what is it that you want me to learn from? I switch my energy to focusing on that. What is the lesson I am to learn out of this? How can this help me help someone else? And then because we know that our it's all energy. So the energy is connected to your emotions. Your emotions is connected to your reaction. So you have to deal with all of that simultaneously. Like, I'm going to choose not to react a certain way. I'm going to choose not to go there. I'm going to stay here and spend my time here and my energy so that it could be productive and beneficial.
Well said.
And
renewing of the mind.
Go back.
And like what Al was saying, it always takes us back to our first book.
It
Know
does.
how we handle it.
Yeah.
It's all connected.
The fourth agreement, right?
It shows you how divine of a path we actually are on.
Yeah. Our Heavenly Father, the stellar universe.
I was thinking about that today. We're on a divine path, y'all.
Yes.
Yes, we are.
I feel this.
Oh, yeah, we are.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
It's absolutely amazing.
No doubt about it.
Yeah.
I watched the movie the other night. I was telling Al about it, called The Secret. It's not the YouTube, but the movie that came out with Tom Cruise's that the Dame or something. It's on it's it's called The Secret. It's about the hurricane. Yeah, it came out in 2020, but it's called The Secret and it's the Dame. It's a movie. It's not like that. You know how we watch the YouTube show? This was an actual movie where she just had such a you have to watch it. It's a really good movie. I'm really good at telling movies, so I won't say anything else. But if you watch it, you'll be like, wow, just comes all back with the law of attraction, how it works.
Is it like the original Secret? The movie, the book?
Yeah, but this one's like the it's in 2020 and was it about the hurricane? I didn't see this is a movie and he like literally
movie.
Yes, not the
documentary.
YouTube. Right. This is a movie where he says, what if you think of it differently? Like gives her scenarios, on how, teaches the children how to look at things differently. It's good.
Okay.
I'll
watch that one. Okay. All right. Where's the movie, on Netflix?
On Prime Video. I seen it on Prime Video.
That's Amazon Prime?
Amazon Prime.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Write that down. I didn't even know they had a new Secret movie.
I was just going through it the other day and I said, oh wow, is that really The Secret? And I'm like, I'm watching this right now. And it was good.
Yeah, it was a secret to you, Danielle. It's really a secret.
It's not now
like,
anymore.
Almost like, how did you not know? Because you know stuff. True to life.
We gonna mute Al.
Right.
So funny.
So we gonna mute you.
I'm not funny. I'm serious.
Make sure you all are on the motivational call for Soul Sunday tomorrow. Chantel will be our host.
Yay!
I'll put the play out a little later, but yeah, she'll be on the call in the morning. She was
awesome.
That's good.
Yeah, we'll be talking about purpose tomorrow, guys. Purpose.
All right.
Okay.
Prepare
right on in.
Hear a word. Prepare to hear a word in the morning. Absolutely. And thank you, Al, for Wednesday's word. That was wonderful. Really.
Yeah.
Well, all of your words all week, it all tied in though. It's kind of amazing.
Isn't it amazing how it all tied
Yeah.
in? Yeah, it was like the kind of the
Infinite.
yeah.
I had nothing to do today, and I just went and listened back to all of them again. It was like
Yeah,
amazing.
posted
It
all
all
of them.
tied in.
It did.
Yeah.
I'm glad the way you put it out like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was great.
I just had that thought to like, let me put the whole week. Yeah, the way it all tied in.
I didn't see.
So there's no motivation.
Huh?
There's no motivation on Saturday morning.
No, none on Saturdays.
Okay.
I know people log in on Saturdays. Like, you're one of them, Barbara, that be logging in on Saturdays.
Yes.
Yeah, we have about 5 or 6 people coming on Saturday. No,
Yeah.
not on Saturday. Sunday,
But tomorrow morning, right?
Yes, tomorrow morning.
Okay.
I will be on there.
Yeah, thank you for saying that, Danielle. It made me feel good. I had always been asked to do that, and it was the timing and everything wasn't right. But when Chris asked me about it and talked to me about it, it was like, okay, I think it's time now. So
yeah, very good, Al.
Yep, it was a great.
Thank you all. Thank you all so
Enjoyed
much.
it very much.
As nervous as I was,
You did good, buddy.
I'm so
You did
shy,
good.
you know. I'm just a shy man.
Yeah, right.
And if there's anybody on this call who feels like they would want to give a word on a Wednesday or Sunday, let me know. Let me know. It's always good to hear from the members. I like to hear. I like to dial in and listen, to our members speaking a word from their heart and from their spirit on the call. It touches me, to hear other voices. We have Clarence sometimes. When Clarence comes on a lot of Wednesdays. Yeah. So please.
You know what else is fun about that though? Is before the word comes forth. Like them 2 or 3 minutes that everybody's just like talking.
Right, y'all chitty-chattering.
It's so fun.
Y'all was singing or something apparently one day.
Yes. We do a little thing every now and then,
Love's in need of love today.
I mean,
I love it when I come on. It's just like it's so much energy like already happening before I love it. I love it.
I like to just say like this. Good. As long as I do that, they know what I'm gonna say. Good morning. And it just makes some laugh. Yeah, there you go. Who is that?
You know who it is, Al.
Who is that?
You know.
Lorraine.
Oh, okay. That's that little voice. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was a bird. Bird singing.
That's what it sounds like. It sounds like that in the morning. Everybody, good morning, good morning, good morning.
Yeah, I hear you, Barbara.
Yeah,
exactly.
Anybody wants to give a word, let me know. This is your community, right? This is your community. Everyone,
love it.
We're gonna have Claudette one Sunday. She'll be on. So it's exciting. It's exciting. It's our community. We want to hear from you. So we want to feel you on the other end of the line. It's because there's a lot of people that come on the call. Believe it or not, a lot of people.
They don't say anything.
They don't say
Nobody knows.
There's a lot of people. Yeah.
Say hello.
There's a lot of
people. We feel them.
And it's okay. It's okay that they don't say it, but I just didn't know. It's a lot of people that don't say anything.
I know people on there.
Yeah, but you feel them. I know you feel them, Al.
I feel them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
I feel them.
I get the list.
Remember, spirit is more than physical.
Yeah, it's real.
Yes, it really is.
But you know the other amazing
real
thing
than this
is
carnality.
Another amazing thing is, just going back from mine, I'm not trying to talk about it much. I'm just saying a lot of what I heard like last night and tonight was a lot of what was said during that, but also in Danielle's too, and it's just really amazing to me,
Yep.
And it was another one that I got that a lot of stuff was said that I was like, wow, that's what I was going to talk about, but I didn't. So, it's still amazing. Yeah, next time. Yeah.
You did well, my good and faithful.
You did a good job.
Thank y'all.
Good job. Good job.
Yeah.
All right. So the end of chapter 2 and end of chapter 3, of course, we have our homework and our commitments, just like we had at the end of chapter 1. So let's roll over to chapter 2, that last page, applying the law of giving. So I will put the law of giving into effect by making a commitment to take the following steps. Number one, wherever I go and whoever I encounter, I will bring them a gift. This gift may be a compliment, a flower, or a prayer. Today, I will give something to everyone I come in contact with. And so I will begin the process of circulating joy, wealth, and affluence in my life and in the lives of others. So beginning today, we have to give. How many people on this call? Okay, we got to give everybody a gift here. 30 people on here.
I'm giving spiritual dirt. I'm giving spiritual dirt. That's my gift.
I love you all.
I'm sending some love. I'm sending the
prosperity, love. Yes. Yes. Words of love. Number two, today I will gratefully receive. Right? Some people have problems receiving gifts. You know that? Some people have a problem receiving.
I do. I like gifts.
Yeah. So today I will gratefully receive all the gifts that life has to offer me. I will receive the gifts of nature, sunlight, and the sounds of birds singing, the spring showers, or the first snow of winter. I will also be open to receiving from others, whether it be in the form of a material gift, money, a compliment, or a prayer. So yeah, let's get used to receiving. Yeah, some people are not good at receiving.
Right.
Compliments, oh, you look nice. What do you say? Oh, stop it. No, say thank you. Say thank you. Or, I love your scarf. I love you. No, this whole thing. Like just say, oh, thank you. Thank you.
Oh, stop it.
Receive that compliment. Receive it. Thanksgiving. No, I'm serious. I'm laughing, but I'm serious. Yeah, because I know that there are people who have a problem receiving.
That's always been my issue. I've always had problems receiving compliments.
See? Yeah. So how did you have you overcome it, or do you still have problems with it?
Sometimes, but then that's that conditioning myself to be conscious and aware of me not like somebody. Oh, your hair cute. This a weave.
Right. You're right.
Instead of just taking a compliment.
Right.
So I had to catch myself and be like, oh, thank you.
Thank you.
They don't know it might be a weave.
Right. And it makes it because it looks great on you, no matter what, whether it's the weave or a wig or your own hair, but it looks good on you. So So Rita, just keep practicing that because that's important to learn how to receive.
Yeah.
Very important. Just as much as we give, we have to learn how to receive.
Yeah. Some people say it is mine. I paid for it.
Yeah, right.
You know how people do.
Yeah. So let's be open to receiving those gifts. Thank you. And number three, I will make a commitment to keep wealth circulating in my life by giving and receiving life's most precious gifts, the gifts of caring, affection, appreciation, and love. Each time I meet someone, I will silently wish them happiness, joy, and laughter. Now that's
very important.
That's important.
That's energy. That's beautiful energy.
Yeah, because right now, I don't know about you all, but I noticed like when everybody wearing masks, I don't know, everybody just seems, we're like so distant. We're just so distant from each other. We don't really look at each other like we used to. You say hello.
It's a disconnection.
People want to stay away from you. It's like stay away. You may have COVID. Stay over there. It's like
it's demonic.
We used to call it cooties.
Demonic. Thanks for
saying
that.
It's demonic. It's making everybody stay away from each other. Don't nobody know nobody is. The Bible says, know those who labor among you. We don't even know who laboring among us no more.
Right.
That's the truth.
Yeah.
As if everybody got cooties.
Right.
That's what we used to call it as kids. Cooties.
And don't be
back in 1950 something.
Y'all, and don't be struggling with sinuses. If you're struggling with sinuses like me
get it.
and you sneeze, oh my
I
gosh.
know. And don't have a tickle in your throat. You gotta.
Oh man.
Cough, don't sneeze, don't sniffle.
Or off the bus.
Like,
Or off the bus.
you better not. You better not. Yeah, it's terrible.
Girl, you okay? What's wrong? I'm like, chill out.
It's all in the agenda. It's all in the
Terrible.
agenda.
Yeah, it's all in it.
That's right.
It is. You could definitely feel the energy of distance. Like people
Yeah.
don't want to. Nobody wants to be.
We have to try to
Don't even say hello. So
I
it's
have
up
to
us.
say, I don't
Right.
wear my mask outside though. I don't, there's,
Neither do I.
this is all God's great air, and I'm going to take
Mhm.
advantage of it. I was in California last week and they were outside with their mask on, and I
Everybody.
couldn't understand. I'm like, why do you have your mask on outside? This is God. He gave you this. This is what he gave you.
Yeah.
And they're all wearing it outside.
But
They're
stuff
wearing it
do
outside.
travel in the air though, outside or whatever. It could be 17 feet down there and just fly all the way across the room at you. But then you covered by God, so you know what I'm saying?
But people are
That's
driving
the
in their
biggest way
cars
to
with
look
a
at it.
mask on. I'm like,
Right.
what?
Put the windows down.
Passing out.
That's just crazy.
They breathing in carbon dioxide and passing out behind the wheel.
Right. And it has happened. It's happened. It's
In with the
happened.
good air, out with the bad air.
Yes.
That just went out
That
the
is
window,
crazy.
right?
Mm.
Kind of crazy, you know. But my father said there'd be days like this.
Like
Oh,
this.
yeah.
That's
My
right.
mama said that.
Y'all gonna break out in a song, man.
Break out in a song.
So it's up to us guys to silently wish these people, even though they want to be 6 feet and or more apart from us, we have to still wish them happiness, joy, and laughter.
Really.
Yeah.
Up to us.
It's fear. It's fear. You know, the devil has got them gripped in fear.
Exactly. That's what it is, fear.
Yep.
Yeah.
False evidence appearing real, right, Danielle?
Yeah.
That's why we have
Yeah.
to stay focused.
The bad part about it, so many
and
people
believe
die
in
from
the Creator.
Remember Stevie Wonder said love is in need of love. We don't need this weak love that's showing out. We need the real love. We know what that powerful love, like Kool-Aid with no sugar. It's just not worth it. You know?
Not the same.
Kool-Aid, but it ain't worth drinking. So
Gotta
we need
be
that
red
love
Kool-Aid
that's
too,
full of
boy.
love.
Gotta be red. It's gotta be red Kool-Aid,
but
just
no
like the
sugar.
dirt.
I don't want it. You can keep that.
It gotta be red Kool-Aid with sugar,
Like that
and
love
just
gotta
like
have love
red with
in
the
it.
dirt. Yeah.
Like barely shaking hands. You like shaking hands and barely touching.
Yeah.
Keep it.
But I don't do that at work though, because those guys, man, shoot.
In the Jewish, they talk about a dead fish. You know, you shaking hands but barely touching you. You know, you keep that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Like
in
that
the
cooties.
gangster lifestyle, you don't want a dead fish either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a different one there.
Keep that.
You don't want
What is
a
he
horse head
talking
either.
about?
You just ain't paying attention, that's all.
The Godfather, the Godfather.
The Godfather, yeah.
Yeah, that's talking about the fish,
Dead fish.
The horse head. You talking the horse
Horse
head.
head. Or a dead fish too.
Yeah,
They used
that
to
too.
wrap it up in a newspaper and give you a dead fish, and it was bad karma.
Yeah, it really is.
Juan, you got your hand up?
Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
She's so cute.
Just want to make a suggestion, because I too notice that when we're out and about, people don't speak, people don't do anything. So I personally have intentionally started trying to make eye contact with people, to at least nod my head, or to speak louder with my mask.
Yeah.
Like intentionally looking at people directly, and they trying to catch their eyes, like, hey, how you doing? Because people won't even look at you anymore, and it's so sad, spooky. So to me, I'm trying to break that. When I'm out, I feel so weird, you know. Like I'm trying to make some eye contact with somebody to at least say, hey, you know, we still human. Hey, how you doing?
Yeah,
You
put
know,
that sugar in that Kool-Aid, girl.
Right.
And you put it in a glass like this.
Oh my gosh.
Put it in a glass like this.
I don't see your glass, buddy.
Put the top on it. You see that right there?
Yeah.
The red Kool-Aid glass.
Oh, God.
I'm just playing. I'm just acting silly.
Mason jar.
Yeah, that's what it's on, a mason job.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
That took you back, didn't it?
No,
Some
no,
of them don't even know what we're talking about.
Yeah, you said right.
taking
So
me back.
true.
You
Yeah,
eating jelly beans?
schooling, bro.
I got some fruit in mason jars that we have.
Somebody said butter beans.
I said jelly beans.
Oh
Jelly
yeah,
beans.
jelly beans. Yeah, they right here right now.
Yeah.
Gonna be filled up with Kool-Aid later on though.
All right.
I gotta go out
That'll
and buy
work.
some,
That'll
but
work.
I gotta go buy some Kool-Aid, but I'm gonna go out and get some Kool-Aid tonight.
Add sugar to it, bro.
That's some
Gotta have sugar.
Maybe agave. Sugar's not good for you.
Exactly.
Well, add some honey.
Neither is
Add some honey. Add some honey to it then.
I'm 58. I'm 58 years old now, so it's a little bit too late for that.
Agave. Add the agave then.
Kool-Aid with agave.
Yeah, agave will work.
Okay. Let's bring it back. Okay.
I know.
Now we're going to talk about
Bring it
applying
back.
the law of karma, right? Applying the law of karma or cause and effect. So this is our homework. So we got a lot of homework here to do because we
Yeah.
from chapter 2 and we have to do homework from chapter 3, right? So I will put the law of karma into effect by making a commitment to take the following steps. And of course, I'm going to type it up for everybody so we can see it. Today, I will witness the choices I make in each moment. And in the mere witnessing of these choices, I will bring them to my conscious awareness. I will know that the best way to prepare for any moment in the future is to be fully conscious in the present. Number 2, we're going to make a choice. Whenever I make a choice, I will ask myself 2 questions. What are the consequences of this choice that I'm making? And will this choice bring fulfillment and happiness to me and also to those who are affected by this choice? Now that's the big one, right? Everything we do, we're gonna have to see if it's for the betterment of myself and the people are, that around us, right? Number 3, I will then ask my heart for guidance and be guided by its message of comfort or discomfort. If the choice feels comfortable, I will plunge ahead with abandon. If the choice feels uncomfortable, I will pause and see the consequences of my actions with my inner vision. This guidance will enable me to make spontaneously correct choices for myself and for all those around me. So I guess this comes through in our meditation time, right? When we really can feel and see with our inner vision, that our inner being, right? Third eye there.
That's a relationship with the Father, and that's what around about 3 o'clock in the morning I wake up, and that's when I do my meditation. When I wake up and can't go back to sleep, that's what I do.
Yeah, that's a good time. They always say that's the godly hour, right? Between 3 and 5 in the morning.
That's the time I wake up every morning. It's like wow. So I just start meditating and being still.
Well, that usually means he wants to talk to you, or he wants you to talk to him.
I know she had that conversation. I know that much.
Yeah, you know it.
Yeah, I know how you are. You have that conversation.
In the spirit, that's spirit to spirit.
That's amazing, It's all about being woke,
That's right.
Woke at 3 in the morning.
Right. Like the kids nowadays say, it's
stay woke.
That's lit.
Oh, that's a little bit too young for me.
I know. That's what I'm saying. They say,
lit.
we say we don't realize sometimes.
What? You're married, so it don't matter.
Lit, light.
Yeah. You must know a real definition of lit. I don't know what lit means.
It sounds like something else too, though.
Light them up, light them up. Y'all funny.
Oh, we're funny.
Stay light.
Yeah.
We're talking about stay light.
Yeah.
Light-hearted.
And not Bud Light.
They say lit. We talking about light. Let's stay light. Light-hearted. Bright, shining.
Stay light.
Rise, shine.
Thank you, Sharita.
Yeah.
She put the name of the movie here, The Secret Dare to Dream. Okay.
Okay, good.
Okay. Secret Dare to
Ooh,
Dream.
time. Like you say, action.
Okay. Any final thoughts? Final words? Final anything? I'm Malika. I didn't see you.
Hey, Malika.
Got here a couple minutes ago. What you been on?
She been on. She just quiet.
Oh, well, she just got.
I've been on.
You just got it to my screen here. I guess she was on the next.
Oh.
Page. Yeah. Oh, okay. Any thoughts? Anybody? Final thoughts?
I just say I enjoyed this. It's like being at the barbershop for me. You know, a lot of the guys, we can talk trash and be ourselves, let our hair down. And people that don't understand it, that don't know that, that's what this is like too. You know, where you can really say what's on your heart and mind.
Right.
And you're not trying to edit everything you say, you know, because everything now becomes so politically correct.
Oh, yes.
You got to be so careful not to offend. And that's not what we're here for. That we're here to allow our light to shine in our hearts to show forth love. Because, like I say, love's in need of love. You know, and this is wonderful. This is a wonderful space and place to be.
Yeah.
And I'm thankful for allowing me to be here too.
Yes, sir.
To hear.
Mhm.
Have you here.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm glad you're talking more, because I know how you talk.
Yeah, I know you do.
Yeah, I know how you talk. You can go.
Yeah,
and
but I have to
Lorraine can go
monitor.
too.
Yeah, and
They talk
sometimes I
more
have to
than I do,
monitor.
y'all.
Oh boy.
Because I'm from the Richard
Oh
Pryor
boy,
school.
that's
You know, I
that's
say
a
some
lot.
stuff that I don't need to say.
You know what? Air telling a story.
Here's a little story about a man named Jed.
Oh no. I watched that. You know, I still watch
Tell him the
that.
story, all right.
What were you eating?
He tried
Who,
to say
me?
Angie B talk.
French
boy.
fries
Yeah, Angie B beat.
and jelly beans.
Yeah, I had all of that. Yeah, that's what I am. That's all my life. So I'm good. You know what I'm saying? If I change, you know, I'll be doing something somebody else want me to do. I gotta be me.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's
for sure.
That's
Yeah. Hey, there's only one. I think somebody was saying something about they say stuff like yeah, I want to be like you when I grow up. And a man told me, said, no, don't do that, because there's only one of you. That space is already taken. You know. So,
Yeah.
always be yourself.
That's right.
Yeah, I'm
Except if
trying to
you need to
improve him.
change. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm trying to improve him myself.
I know you mean. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All
Since
good.
you're singing, Al, sing the Friday song.
The what?
Oh boy.
The Friday song.
The
what?
project.
The Friday song. It's Friday.
Oh no. Somebody was talking about I was singing that. That wasn't me singing.
Friday.
There you go.
Saturday. You're a day late. Don't be a dollar short too. Don't be a
We
dollar
have
short
to
too.
wait till next Friday for that one.
I'm singing Friday. It's Saturday.
We have to wait for next Friday for that one. If it was Friday, I would have sung it for you, but it's Saturday.
Oh boy.
This is actually fun, y'all. This is actually fun, you know, and that's what it's all
Yeah,
about.
it
Having
really
fun.
is.
Yeah.
It
You
is.
know.
Because
Got to
life
be
has
so
become too
serious.
serious.
Yeah.
It's become
Laughter is God's medicine. You
Oh
know,
yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
it heals the soul.
For the soul.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Can't
Love
walk
it.
around all scrunched up and be all mad. All that pinned up energy, want to be just mad and don't even remember what you was mad about. All over.
Yeah.
That's as crazy as a bed bug.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm only talking to y'all like this because y'all family.
That's right. That's right.
You
That's what
know,
we're talking about.
Edith know I talk to my family like this.
Well, speaking of family, I want to introduce my daughter. Malaysia Barge is my daughter, and that's my granddaughter that's sitting there with me. I don't know if anybody else.
Yeah.
I knew Malaysia.
Hey.
Hi.
There you go again. There you go.
All right.
Good to see
Anybody
you.
else?
I don't know.
No, that's Claudette.
Yeah, that's Claudette.
Yeah, I like the way Miss Malika was talking tonight. I like what she was
Malaysia?
talking about. Malaysia, yeah. I like what she was talking about tonight. So you need to talk more often.
Thank you. I'm a
Give
little
me give me a break.
Oh, Lord. See what I tell you.
Mm-hmm.
Now you wouldn't know how to take a break, man.
Talk.
Mm-hmm.
So for all of you that didn't do your homework, let's go back to the homework. Some people didn't put their pictures in the chat.
They're taking over the teacher's class.
So who didn't do their homework?
Raise
Raise
your
your
hand.
hand. Look, raise your hand if you didn't do your
Don't get me to start lying. I see Claudette. I didn't see Claudette with the
be like a real teacher. Where the
business.
teacher? Malika's a oh, but Malika didn't do her homework either. She's the teacher here. She didn't do her homework either.
Yeah.
Malika, shame on you.
I plead the fifth.
Nature.
I plead the fifth.
You can plead it, but we already know now.
That's right.
All right. Well, I guess it's too late. It's too dark now to go out.
I did my meditation.
I could go right out in my yard.
See, you guys have yards. I gotta go out and find some squirrels and pigeons.
All you gotta do is look in the mirror, like I told my sister. Look in the mirror and you see God's beautiful creation then.
Now I'm gonna put a picture up there next week.
Yeah, put your picture up there. Put two pictures up there.
Tomorrow.
Al, I got something on that, what you just said, Al. Got you.
All right, I'll give you a call.
In the mirror.
Yeah, like that.
Yeah, I peeped that. I heard you.
Yeah, that was good.
And I'm gonna put a bonus picture of last week in LA. I went to the beach and I watched the sun set. It was amazing. So I was super
Please do, yes. Please.
Wow.
My dad hasn't been over since I've been back because he's quarantining me on his own. So I haven't seen it because of LA, you know, what's going on out there. So
Right. Oh, yeah, that would be nice. Put that up there.
My son to the aquarium today. There's a picture of him looking at the fish count.
Yes. It's nature.
That's
He was observing nature from afar, but yeah,
Yeah.
I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's a picture within a picture behind a picture.
Right.
Picture that.
Because that's real serene and tranquil watching the those things.
Yeah.
I used to love the aquarium when I was little.
Yeah.
Love that.
Serene.
Yeah. All right, Phyllis, you're gonna have to find somewhere to go in a tree. I'm sure there's trees where you are. There's something.
I have lots of trees. Yeah. I'll put something up tomorrow.
Hug a tree.
Just go right outside and look up at the sky.
Yeah,
Exactly.
and there's
That's what I said,
many,
right
and
outside.
there's always turkeys walking around.
We're not talking about those turkey eggs. Just go outside and look right up at the sky. I bet you see something really, really, really interesting.
Yep. All right, and whoever, somebody has a hand raised. Patricia, you have your hand up. Teresa. Patricia.
No, that hand got to be tired by then.
Teresa, you have your hand.
Sorry, I didn't know I had my hand up.
Oh,
Sorry.
that was
Please forgive us.
That was from before.
Oh, you wanted to say something before? I'm sorry.
Oh, no. When you asked who did their homework. And
Oh,
I had to do my homework.
Who didn't do their homework?
I didn't do my homework.
Right, so you have to do yours.
That's right.
You have to do yours. Did everybody see? Let me share the screen. Did everybody see everybody's pictures from today in the group? You saw Serena.
Yeah, they were
before.
Yes.
It was beautiful. I thought that was absolutely
Yes.
beautiful.
Yes, they were.
Yes.
Somebody
Claudette had the hibiscus tree.
Oh yeah.
It was
bush.
beautiful. It was.
I was doing my meditation.
Serena showing her video now.
Hey, what's that? California right now?
Yep, that's California.
Wow, that's
Not
cool.
now. That was last week.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Oh.
You in the passenger seat though, right? You're in the passenger seat.
Like we
My
just can't
husband's
stop.
driving, right?
Okay, cool. As long as you're not driving and doing like me.
Right.
Nice. I love it. Nice.
That looks nice.
Oh, Janet. Okay, Janet.
Look at
All
Janet.
right, Janet was out in nature. Beautiful. Look at that
Oh yeah, I see that.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's Florida, right?
Where's
Janet?
Is she on here?
Yeah, I think Janet lives in Florida.
Oh, nice. Great,
wow.
great,
Yeah.
great. I didn't even know she put that out. That must have been recently. And Sarita with the dogs. What kind of dogs you have, Sarita? Is she still on?
Look like some pit bulls.
They look like
You know they don't
pit
look like no
bulls.
pit bulls. The short haired is a deer head chihuahua and the fussy girl is a Havanese chihuahua.
Okay.
They look like strong dogs though.
Those are some strong chihuahuas.
Yeah, they look
Chihuahua.
They off the chain.
That chihuahua in no,
it must be mixed with a pit.
Yes, that's it. Yeah, that's the trail.
I love that.
Yeah, that's the trail by my house. I didn't even know that was over there. Oh, I know Joseph and my son go, but I ain't never been. I was like, oh, that's nice.
Well,
Yeah, that's
and now you know.
See, now you found something. That's nice.
With your chihuahuas mixed with pit bulls.
Yeah.
Whatever hell.
Look at Claudette at the beach. This is so beautiful.
That's so funny.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, that was great.
Yes.
And her
The
with
hibiscus.
the hibiscus, yeah, beautiful.
Yes.
They must call it a
Oh,
pit
that's
wawa.
beautiful.
They call it a pit wawa.
Chihuahua. Okay.
Yeah, pit wawa.
Yeah, because it looked like some pit bulls ate some chihuahuas.
It's a pit wawa.
You're gonna have to mute their mics.
Wanda just put up a nice picture. She just put in a new picture too.
Oh, let me see. Let's see. Share screen again. Just now,
Looks
she did.
beautiful.
That was at the aquarium downtown here in Albany. We got like a
okay.
Oh, she's in Georgia. Okay.
Nice. Ooh,
Now
look
that's
at
in
that.
California. That's
I
nice.
knew she was in Georgia when she said Albany.
Yeah.
Oh, this
Hey.
Yes.
That's nice.
beautiful.
Cool.
Albany. She said Albany.
I knew she was from Georgia when she said Albany, because that's
Yes, right.
Yeah,
Exactly.
they don't say Albany, Georgia. It's
We say Albany, right?
You mispronounced it. We know you ain't from there.
It looks so pretty.
This was California again?
That was California, yep.
Beautiful.
Okay.
Yes. Beautiful.
Yep.
Nice.
Beautiful.
All
Y'all got
right.
them beautiful pictures.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
I can't wait till the book club go on a trip.
Me neither.
I know.
I think we should go see Claudette first.
I know.
I
Take us some dirt.
Long as no cold weather, please.
That one.
Yeah.
Yeah, all I got today was a picture of some snow and some sun.
Wow.
At the same
I
time.
tell you, didn't I tell you?
Yeah, that's nice.
I told you to say.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Oh, they're naturing. Call that naturing. That's nice, though.
That's a nice picture.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
a nice picture, yes.
Put a poem behind that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's nice.
And she kidnapped me today. Tell me we had homework to the end. I'm like, oh,
okay.
Aww.
Aww. Yeah, that's nice.
Snow in the sun is always shining.
Yeah, it's always shining. Somewhere.
I
Somewhere.
always say that in you.
Shining, I was gonna say shining in my heart.
Shining.
That's
That's why I
right.
always say the sun is always shining.
Yep, the
sun
fire is
shining
always
in
going
you.
right down in my solar
And
plexus.
you know. That's right.
Wonderful. Thank you all for sharing and doing your homework, getting out in nature. And so not tomorrow, when we come back? Tuesday the 26th.
So Danielle, is that something we should work into a routine like once a week or every day?
I would say every day. If you can do
I'm
that
talking
every
about the nature stuff.
Yeah, every day would be good.
Every day, get out in nature. You don't have to go to the beach every day, but yeah, get out in nature every day.
And just
That'd
do
be
it for
nice.
yourself.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So try to make it a habit, just like we got other
Go to
kinds
the
of
beach
habits.
every day.
Drinking coffee, or that's that.
Yeah.
We wanna make that a habit. Getting out in nature.
Meditating every day.
Right.
You know, all of
Meditating.
that
Oh,
stuff.
definitely meditating every day.
Let the
Being
principles of
quiet.
the principles of the book just become your lifestyle.
Right. That's what I'm trying to do. Right. Make this
You
our
know,
life.
because it's all for the betterment of ourselves.
Right.
That's
It's
right.
true.
It's almost like it's automatic.
You know, sometimes I'll be honest. I'm a caregiver for my father, and I get a little overwhelmed.
Oh,
Mhm.
So sometimes when I see like all these things in front of me, I get a little like, oh my gosh, am I gonna get all these things done? So
yeah.
So that's
Yeah,
why.
don't sweat it though.
Yeah. Don't.
I know.
Yeah.
It's just, it's just he's older now, and he's needy, very needy.
Yeah.
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 So I get a little,
Overwhelmed.
But
I
as far
was like,
as
Daniel,
yourself,
that was so good for me to get out today because I don't get
yeah.
out much.
Yeah.
Maybe you
But
could
but as far as yourself, don't sweat it if you can. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah,
Do what you can. Do
Right.
what the other book said, do the best you can, right?
Right.
The
Right.
Don't take it. Don't
Always
take
do
it
your best.
personally.
Right. And
Don't
don't
take
judge
it.
yourself.
Well, you know what was so awesome? He was so happy that I did that.
Oh, see,
Yeah.
he wants you
See?
to have, get out and,
What I'm talking about.
Yes,
and
he
have
was
some
so
me time.
happy.
Yeah. Good.
And
That was
sometimes
God.
the nature of going out in the
Did you show
nature.
my mom's pictures? Betty, did you show Betty snow pictures? She learning how to use her phone, and she was proud of her little pictures, but I ain't see them. I want to see that Milwaukee slope.
Oh.
Snow. She was like, I'm learning something new every day.
I didn't see her.
I saw a picture of some snow today. I saw
Yeah,
some
it's
pictures.
on there.
I did see that.
Yeah, I saw a
here it
picture
is.
of some
Okay, let me
snow.
share.
Where are they?
It
Yes,
was a blanket of snow.
You know, she ain't gonna show her face or she ain't gonna talk on this
Yes,
call.
here
But
we
there
go.
it is.
Oh,
Look at my
wow.
mama taking
Yes, she
pictures.
did
Is
take
it up?
and she took a nice
Oh,
shot
Oh,
of
that's
that.
oh, I
pretty.
like
Oh,
that.
Nice.
that's beautiful.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
That
Go,
is.
Betty, go.
Yeah.
Now, where does she stay? Where's that
Where
at?
it is, I didn't.
Wisconsin?
Wisconsin.
Wisconsin. Oh, wow.
Oh,
Okay.
I don't see the picture yet.
Beautiful.
Right,
And it's
man.
Miranda's. She was
Yeah,
meditation.
okay.
Where
Oh,
was
that's
it? A
nice.
Look at the words back there.
Yeah.
A meditation garden. I thought that was interesting.
Yes.
Yeah, that
that's
was nice
nice.
too.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was nice.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that was Miranda, right?
Right, it's Miranda.
With the meditation garden. I remember. I think I thought it was somebody else. Yeah, there's the picture. Yeah, oh, the snow.
Yep. Yeah.
And it's got the sun picture too.
Mhm.
I love pictures like that.
Right there.
Yeah.
Just all that snow. Look at that sun.
Yep.
Yep. I
Mhm.
know.
He showed you.
That picture of that sun is really nice, though. I like the way that
Good
that was
job,
taken.
Mama. You did a
That's
good
what I'm talking
job.
about.
Yeah.
Has a
How do
strong.
you? I don't understand. It's so dark, and you got that sun so
Right.
good.
That one streak, right?
Almost like an eclipse.
It was in the morning time. It wasn't dark.
Oh, okay.
It just looks that way. Okay.
Yeah, sometimes the way the pictures are taken, but that's a nice look, though. I like that look.
Very nice.
It's like the light piercing through the darkness, you know?
Yeah.
See?
What I think about with that part.
Yeah. Great.
Yeah.
Great.
Hey, John Boy, where you at?
Well, speaking of John Boy, it's time to
Night,
say
John
goodnight.
Boy.
Time to say goodnight.
Please get on the Soul
But I
Sunday
know
call.
John Boy.
We'll be on there.
Yes.
We're also having a members meeting tomorrow at 6. So be on there. We'll talk about the phases of the restructuring and where we are so far.
Okay.
And we'll see you guys back here on Tuesday. And for those of you who are in the planner group, we meet on Monday, but I'll put a post in the planner group.
So now what days do the book club meet?
We'll be back on Tuesday. We have
Tuesday.
Tuesday. I'm looking at my calendar. Tuesday, next Friday, and Saturday will be our last. We have 3 more sessions.
Okay.
Look for your local.
Tuesday.
Oh, she's going to announce it anyway.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll put
Yeah.
out the-
And at 5 o'clock tomorrow, prayer.
yeah, prayer, right? Prayer
Yeah.
at 5, right?
Prayer.
Yeah.
Tell at 9, prayer at 5. It's all Eastern Standard Time. 9 Eastern Standard Time, 5 Eastern Standard Time, and 6 for the members meeting. Yep.
What about the links?
Yeah, I'll put
They'll be up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, John Boy, coming.
All right, everyone. Have a great evening. This was
Thank
you,
everybody. Talk to you in the morning.
Yes. Yes.
Good night.
Mary Ellen.
Night, John Boy.
Good night.
Love you
John Boy
guys.
always got,
My God.
always got robbed, right?
Very
John Boy.
soon. Good
Good
night,
night, Jim Bob.
Jim Bob.
Jim Bob. Don't forget him.